Okay, we have seen NBV and payback periods at criteria to evaluate project evaluation, but so far there are no kind of criteria of return, right? Return rate of return is very important concept, a criteria in any kind of investment. And so in project evaluation, we have one important criteria, that is internal rate of return, suất hoàn vốn nội bộ hay là tỷ suất hoàn vốn nội bộ, yeah, whatever. Okay, so what the IRR mean? That is the discount rate that equates the present value of the future cash flow with the initial cost. Yeah. Okay, just take a look, and then we see an example. Yeah. Okay, let's see this example. We have initial investment $200, and this is our cash flow. Okay, can we write down the NBV? Yeah. So this is the NBV of this is the NBV, right? The NBV. And generally, this NBV, we have R here, right? R here. Yeah. And because IRR, by definition, that is the rate that make the initial investment equal to the present value of the cash flow, it means it makes NBV is 0. Yeah. So we put on the IRR, we replace the R with IRR here. Yeah, the IRR with R. And then we set the equation is 0. Yeah, and then we show the equation for IRR. We solve the equation for IRR. Yeah. And we get this number, 19.44%. So at this rate, NBV of the project is 0. Mean you're not profitable, you're so not lost. Yeah, it's just 0 what you get. It's just enough to cover what you had paid. Yeah. And then after you find the IRR, what can you do with it? Yeah. Okay. For example, look at this cash flow, this project. This is the initial investment, and this is the cash flow. Yeah. Okay. Now I write down the NBV. I find the NBV for this cash flow. Sorry, I find the IRR. Yeah. Yeah. And then I set this equation is 0. Yeah. We show for IRR. Yeah, please show for IRR. Or somewhere about 16%. Okay, let me check. Okay, I don't have the number here. Okay, please solve the IRR. For example, I say IRR is about 16.7%. Yeah, here. And then I make this graph, this figure. Okay, so your horizontal axis is the discount rate, and your vertical axis is the NBV. So you give different discount rate here. I say this is R and this is NBV, and you run up from 0 to 22%, and you get the NBV. Yeah. So surprised, or not surprised that at the point where the R equal to the IRR here, IRR somewhere here. Yeah, NBV is 0. Yeah, when you run the rate from 2 to 22, at the rate where it equal to IRR, then NBV is 0. This one, this point. Yeah. And then, so in order to accept the project, you remember the NBV had to be greater than 0, right? So we only accept if the discount rate, yeah, or in other words, here we call this one is the required rate of return. Required rate of return. Yeah, but and it's So our RR had to be somewhere smaller than IRR in order to have NBV greater than 0. Yeah? Yeah. So that is the criteria for IRR. You find out the IRR and you compare with the RR. If IRR is greater than RRR, then we accept the project because it means the NBV is greater than 0. Okay? Here. The IRR is had to greater than the required rate of return. Yeah. But IRR has some problem. Yeah, some problem with IRR. For example, if more than one negative cash flow, then we have multiple rates of return. We have multiple IRR. But what does that mean if you say more than one negative cash flow? For example, this cash flow, we have here, we have the ordinary cash flow. Yeah, only one negative cash flow, that is the cash flow at 0. But now, for example, we have this cash flow is negative at year 2. At that moment, we have more than one negative cash flow, and it leads to the result that IRR will be more than 1. I mean, there are more than one IRR. There are more than one number, one rate that make NBV is 0. NBV, như vậy IRR có nhiều nghiệm các bạn ha, có nhiều IRR làm cho NBV bằng 0. And then the second problem is if the project is not independent, but the project is mutually exclusive investment. Yeah. Dự án loại trừ lẫn nhau. Nếu lấy dự án A thì không lấy dự án B và ngược lại. So, the project with highest IRR do not indicate the best project. Yeah, the higher IRR, the project with higher IRR, what does that mean? It means that they are more likely that the project will generate positive NBV, right? If we compare to the same rate of return, the required rate of return. Okay, but I also have its advantages that it is one of the most popular criteria in evaluating the project, and also it do not require a discount rate. We take IRR from we call it internal. We get it from the cash flow of the project. Okay. So what if IRR have changed? What if the project have more than 2 negative cash flow, or what if we have we have multiple IRR for one project? Then we had to move to modify internal rate of return. Modify internal rate of return, MIR, tỷ suất hoàn vốn nội bộ có điều chỉnh. Modify MIR. Yeah. Okay, and there are 3 approaches with MIR. Let's work on by one. Here we have only one. There are 3 methods, but I only introduce this combination approach. The other 2 approaches, please take a look into your textbook. Okay, so this is our project. I will draw out the cash flow. 0, 1, 2, and 3. No, we have only 2 years. Yeah, and you see there are 2 negative cash flows. Yeah. And now we're gonna transform this unordinary cash flow to an ordinary cash flow. Okay? And what we do, we calculate the PV of all the outflow, meaning we bring all the outflow to the present. The negative cash flow we bring to the present. Yeah? And the positive cash flow we bring to the future. Yeah? So $100 here bring to present, it become $100 divided for 1 plus discount rate is 11%. Yeah? And power 2. And 1,000 here, when we bring to the future, it become 1,000 divided for 1 plus 11%. Okay, only one period. Yeah. So now it become 110, and this one become yeah. And then this is our new cash flow. After transform, this is our new cash flow. Okay, at year 0, I have this number and I have this number. So we can take a sum. So it will be plus oh, I'm sorry. This already no, not this. Sorry. Yeah. After we add them, yeah. So here we have we take the two together. We had 481.16 here, and at year 1 we have no cash flow left because we already bring 1,000 to the future. And here at year 2, we don't have this number anymore. No, because we already bring them to the present value. We only have this number. Okay, look at our new cash flow. Yeah, it becomes the ordinary cash flow. And now we just find the MIRR as normal. Okay, I write down the formula to find the MIRR. Okay, here, this one is already in 0. And plus 110 here, divided 1 MIRR. Yeah, power 2. Yeah, we solve the equation for MIRR and we get 38.2%. Yeah, so this is the MIRR versus IRR. So there are different opinions about the two criteria. And MIRR helps us to avoid the IRR problem. However, there are less scientific evidence of MIRR. I mean, the way we calculate MIRR have, there's no evidence which one is the best method. Yeah? Okay, and how about the mutual exclusive project? I mean, hai dự án loại trừ lẫn nhau ha. Suppose that we have project A and project B with this cash flow. So please calculate the IRR for each project. Okay, please calculate. Make sure that project A, the IRR is 12.91%, and the IRR for project B, yeah, is 17.8%. Yeah. So if we just take a look in these two projects, we thought that project A and project B may be better because it has higher IRR. Higher IRR means the required rate of return of the project can be 15%, but the project is still have positive NPV. For project A, if you have the required rate of return is 15%, then the project A have negative NPV, right? Yeah, but then if we put the two projects is one figure, yeah, and then we see, what do we see? The two projects, the NPV of the two projects cross each other at one point. At that point, they have the same rate of return. Yeah, they're the same rate of return at this cross point. Yeah. So at this cross point, they have the same NPV and they have the same required rate of return. Yeah. So you can solve the problem and you find this cross point how much. Suppose that it is somewhere like 7%. Suppose that's 7%. So you see, if the required rate of return is from 0 to 7%, then project A is this. Project A, yeah, have higher NPV than project B. Yeah, so we choose project A. But if the required rate of return is somewhere between 7% to this one is about 17.8%. Yeah, this one, this point. This is the IRR of project B. So if the required rate of return is somewhere between 7% and 17.8%, then project B has higher NPV. So we choose project B. Yeah? And higher if the required rate of return is higher than 17.8%, then we don't choose any project because both the project have negative NPV. Yeah? So for mutual exclusive project, we don't choose the project with higher IRR. Yeah? But the key point here, we have to find the cross point at which where the two projects have the same NPV and the same discount rate. Yeah? And see what is that cross point. Yeah? And below that cross point, which project has higher NPV, and after that cross point, which project has higher NPV. And we remember the NPV is the center of the choice, not the IRR. Okay? Whatever you choose, the NPV, yeah, is the added value of the project. Yeah, it made the company become richer. Okay? Okay, we go to the last criteria that is the profitability index, PI. And as you see, the formula for PI is quite simple. The denominator is initial cost, what you had paid, and the numerator is the BV of the inflow, the present value of the cash flow. Yeah, so what you get over what you had paid. Yeah, and then you want to have what you get higher than what you have paid, right? So PI had to be greater than 0. Had to be greater than 1. Okay, take a look at the example. Quite easy, yeah? Yeah, please take a look. And you find the PI of the project is 1.1645, that is greater than 1. Okay, that's it, the end of chapter 2 here. Then we move to the practice session where we will practice what we have learned in chapter 2. Okay, and I will see you next week. Oh, please bear in mind that take a look on the advantages and disadvantages of each criteria in investment project evaluation. Okay, remember to take a look. What are the advantages and disadvantages of NBV, of IRR, of payback period, discounted payback period, and also the modified IRR and the PI. Okay.